Hello and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie, and of course I am Debbie. I have now reached 6 years doing this. Oh my goodness. Thank you for everyone who has started with me from the beginning. You've seen a lot of changes, and thank you for everyone joining me now and everybody in between. You are totally loved, and I thank you so much for all the love you have and support you have given me. 6 years. Oh my gosh, 2018. Right when, what was it? Uranus went into Taurus. So interesting times. Now, I am reading for September 29th through the 5th of October. Remember that I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, Source, Jesus, and I just ask what needs to come through. Okay? Now, we are in interesting times, like I said. All the cards that I'm using, and now this is the overview. The cards that I'm using, and I'll go through all of them with you for the overview and the individual ones. But they are, I have prayed, I have meditated, I have infused them all with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki 3 practitioner. So let's go on and see what it is that we have that we're working with. Okay, so for the main readings, I do love Radley Valentine decks. I like it because of where the Justice card and the Strength card comes in. There's a little bit of a history in that. So I'm using the Angel Tarot cards. But I also love my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. Now this one does follow more of the Waite Rider deck, but I still love this. I find this very, very intuitive. The reason it's called a Psychic Tarot Oracle deck is because this deck in itself does not have tens, nor does it have the court cards. But I will be using those for the main readings. During that time, because we're coming up to a new moon, I do use, whenever I'm using these, I use Angels of Abundance, Doreen Virtue, Grant Virtue. I pull a card to see what kind of gemstone to carry. And also, too, this has little, like a mantra, if you want to say it during any time. And this is Margaret Ann Lembo and Victoria Rose Martin. And of course, since this is a new moon coming, I will use the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards, Yasmin Boland, artwork by Lori Menon. Now, for this reading, because I will be doing some readings with this, I will use my Angel Wisdom Tarot, Radley Valentine again. Okay, I never talk about the illustrations by Dan Craig. And then I will be using my Fairy Tarot cards. Okay, so it's all interesting times that we live in. Now, let's go on. I like to talk about the, what's going on in the world before we start. And remember, like I said, these are, general readings, may or may not resonate. So take what you like, leave the rest. Okay, I'm going to go to this website first, just so that we can go and see where some of the planets are at this time. Hold on while I go to the main place. Okay, so we're in the 29th. Now remember, we have had that full moon that was, on the, 17th, 18th. But now Venus entered into Scorpio the 23rd. And so that actually is happening. I'm doing this on the 23rd, so it is happening now. Remember, Venus in Scorpio is a jealous mistress. Okay, so very watchful for a lot of relationships at this time. Mercury is entering Libra on the 26th. Mercury is with electronics, it's with communications, it's with hearing news. Also, too, we are getting closer to the thinning of the veil. As we get closer to that, to the Halloween. Now, we just went through the equinox, so there is some thinning at that time, but we are in a time of very, very thinning. The veil just gets thinner and thinner and thinner. Now, also, too, just so you know, this is horoscopes.astro-seek.com. So now let's go to October and see what's going on in October. So we're entering, like I said, that, Venus was in Libra, liked to be in Libra, was very happy, but now it is in Scorpio, and like I said, very, very jealous mistress going on. Now on the 2nd, we're going to have Mercury in conjunction, ooh, with Lilith. So that in itself, I don't even want to go down that path because that opens up a whole big can of worms. We have the solar eclipse, on the second. This is because this would be, I believe I have this. Oh, this is UTGMT time. So that would be 6:46 p.m. And on, just a few more minutes afterwards, the new moon in Libra. So we're having the solar eclipse and a new moon going on. So we got some interesting times. Remember, Libra has been in that south node. Now it is going to be starting to switch over a little bit. Oh, wanted to also mention one other thing here. Let's see here. We have Pluto on the 12th going direct. It is still in Capricorn, but it is going direct. And that's going to be interesting in itself because while we're in that retrograde stage, really digging up the dirt from all that past stuff. Venus in Scorpio is, she wants a lot of this garbage out into that opening. And like I said, she's a very jealous mistress, and she, I feel like her energy is going to be a wickedly direct energy. Okay. Now Pluto is going to go direct. So right now, Pluto is slowing down. So we're in that retrograde slowdown time. So that Pluto in Capricorn, there's just a lot of focus on this Earth in this planet right now. And then, so it will go direct. And then you've got about 2 weeks after that, that's like the retrograde, the shadow of the retrograde. 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. Now, because this is a slower moving planet, and it's, it probably is more like 3 to 4 weeks, but things will be happening. I would look to that 12th as like there is going to be a very big flashlight or big spotlight on whatever it is that Pluto has been wanting to uncover. Okay, so we have the 30th, like I said, Mercury, 7 degrees, conjuncting with, its own sun in Libra, 7 degrees. Now, 7 to me has, it's a divine umbrella. And I'm back to now the-astrologer.net. And this is next. So what is, okay, yeah, horoscopes.astro-seek.com. And then this one is the-astrologer.net. Okay, so we have that covering. So whatever is happening on this 30th, and then we have on the 14th, Mars in Cancer, trining with Saturn, that is still going retrograde on the 14th in 14 degrees in Pisces. So 7 degrees is that umbrella, that divine umbrella, that does provide some protection. So we have that protection, I look at it like this, is that we're not going to get drenched with this storm, though we could get wet. Okay, so there will be some protection. Mercury in Libra. Libra is an air sign. Air sign is all about communication, is about plans, thinking things through. It's also about hearing some news. So Mercury in Libra, hearing news, lots of news happening in partnership with the sun also in Libra. So we're going to hear some news, but then we also have Mars, 14 degrees. And if we go with 14 degrees, that in itself is the Temperance card. So, 7 also in tarot is the Chariot. So whatever's happening, it will be like ripping the Band-Aid off. We have this in Cancer now. Very powerful. Cancer is water, and Pisces is also water, and it's fluid, emotional. It's very spiritual energy, but Mars is the warrior, and Saturn is a lot to do with karma, a lot to do with rules and regulations. Now, so there's a lot of warrior. This September 30th, and I'd give it a couple of days before, a couple of days after, is going to be I think it's going to be a very somewhat liberating energy, somewhat very revealing energy going on. So now we have the new moon, 9 degrees. Again, that's going to be a solar eclipse at the time. 9 is the Hermit, and this is where we get down and pray, which is interesting because the Jewish New Year begins at sunset also. Then we get the, what is it, October 4th, we get Venus 14 degrees, Scorpio trining Saturn 14 degrees. And we just had that up here. 14 degrees is the Temperance card, is trying to create balance out of whatever is going on. So there's going to be, I would say, going on from maybe the 28th, even possibly to the 4th, 5th, 6th, there's going to be a major, maybe a major event, maybe a major reveal happening. So interesting times that we always live in. Let me go back now to this. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. We're going to flip, flip, and let's see what we can do with our cards. Okay, we'll be flipping over. Remember, we have that new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. So it's very important with that. Remember, at the end, I always say, know that you are loved. You are loved. You are loved by higher power, by God, by Jesus. You are loved. Okay? And we need to remember that we are loved during this time. Libra in that South Node has been trying to clean things up. And there is a lot of cleanup going on right now. Now Libra is moving, or the energies are moving to really make a big reveal. And then we have, like I said, Venus in Scorpio, very big, like I said, very jealous mistress, will, you do not want to, you don't want to cheat on Venus, especially in Scorpio. So cheaters will come out. Okay, next card. All right, that card has dropped, I should say. Let's see what else we have going on. Interesting, always interesting. Oh, and we had, okay, well, now that card flipped, but then I also had a bunch of cards fall down. I don't know if they're a bunch of cards. A couple of cards. Let's go pick these up. All right, let's see what we have. I'm going to put these between here and here. All right. Know you are loved. New moon in Libra. It is the start of something. Every new moon brings a new beginning, okay? Something is happening very quickly during this time. That's the Chariot, always gives me that vibe. Okay, first card that flipped out, we have the Page. We have the Page of Earth. Now remember, this is more of a global or world type of view. So we have the Page, and the Page in itself is very energetic energy, okay? Very youthful energy. This is Earth energy, so it's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's see, what do we have? Taurus, we still have Uranus in Taurus. Expect the unexpected, especially with that work, job, career. We have Pluto in Capricorn, and it's getting ready to go direct, so it's slowing down. So it's kind of looking down, it's looking, the Earth energy, the work energy, the creation energy is being really, really looked at. So the Page's underlying energy is Earth. The overlying energy is Earth. A lot of times, if this was a personal reading, I would say the person is coming into a new job, or a new career, or a new way of making money. I would say that this is a change in money energy, and it will not be a bad change. Now, that's really interesting because we're in such weird time, and I know everybody is suffering, but there is some changes in the money system coming. Okay. We have the Page, Earth, scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships, a new area of study. I feel like there is also a lot of learning happening during this time. Learning about money, learning about careers, learning about how to actually maybe, there's a change. Let's put it this way. Now, both of these are reversed. Now we have, I love this one. So we have that, actually what that would be is that would be more of that that waxing moon. So we have that moon up there. We do have that new moon coming up. We have a 3. 3 is celebration, creation, the power of 3. We have water energy. And remember, I talked to you, there is, Cancer, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio are all very in play this week. Water energy is caring, spiritual. It's very loving energy. It can be a little bit controlling. However, it is the cup energy also. However, you can see here are two angels celebrating with a human. They're doing a dance of some sort. They're very joyful. They have their cups. They're lifting their cups. There is this waxing moon, so this would be right after that new moon coming up. And here we go. News worth celebrating. Joyful announcements like engagement, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation. A time for gratitude, close communities, or chosen families. Okay? So interesting with all of this. You know, it doesn't say that everything is all, you know, we're still going through a lot of different changes, but there's kind of that light at the end of the tunnel too. Okay, so now, we go to two of water. Twos are crossroads, choices, decisions. It's also partnering. We have an angel that symbolizes Cupid's bow, falling in love. There's just a joyful energy about this. There's a very loving energy too. So falling in love, or the resurgence of a romantic relationships, forgiveness and the ending of challenges. Exchange gifts. Don't give up on the people you love. Now, we also have, going back to this, and that's one of the reasons I like these cards. This also connects. So we have the Three of Water connecting with the Major Arcana, because this is Minor Arcana, Major Arcana 19, which is the Sun card. Okay, so the Sun comes out. Uriel is the angel of wisdom and the angel of light. Brings light to dark. You know, so if ever you lose something, Uriel is the angel to work with. Then we have Raphael with the 6, and 6 is the Lover's card. Raphael is the healing angel. So now we have the Major Arcana here. So whatever's going on with the money, with the relationships, with all of this stuff, it will happen very, very quickly. So now we have a 7 again. I talked about what 7s are: divine protection. I want to call him Metatron. Yeah, Metatron. I was thinking, never mind. Anyway, Metatron believed to have been Enoch before the flood, so very old energy there too. Not necessarily, the angels were here before the humans, but Metatron was delivered up and was, thought to become, Enoch was delivered up into the heavens and thought to become an angel also. So we have the Chariot. The Chariot to me is, has a lot. Okay, we have the moon energy too. So hey, wait a minute, we got a lot of moon stuff here too, don't we? Moon, and then we even have the moon here. Okay, so the Chariot is one of those times, let God, let go and let God. Okay, you can see he is in the Chariot, but he does not have any reins on the horses. Actually, I don't even know how the horses are connecting with him. But he is, or unicorns, whatever we want to call these. These are unicorns. But they are making some moves, and he is trusting. He is being very, very trusting. So, rewards that comes from hard work. Successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, public recognition. So this is a very interesting week going on here. Very interesting. There's celebrations, there's ending of challenges, there's something going on with money, something that's going to happen very, very quickly during this time also. Kind of feels like, I did one a couple of weeks ago that I said, choosing a side or something like that, or a line is drawn. So sounds like there's going to be an enlightening period at this time. And remember that Pluto will be, not quite yet, but Pluto is slowing down. But when it slows down, it's putting a lot of attention. There's a lot to dig up, a lot of stuff that went on from 2008 up to the, 2024, January 2024. A lot of that stuff, it's boiling up to the surface. And what has to happen is the scum has to be removed from the pot. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Let's see what we have with the next cards here. Higher power, Holy Spirit, what else? Okay, here's a card that has fallen out. Okay, unity. Unity. Now, interesting with this because I've been talking about the Hierophant lately, and the Hierophant has been a lot to do with corruption, also business of religion, business of government, and choosing differently. So now, major arcana, we have a 5. 5 has change energy, so things are changing. Unity, coming together, very lovely coming together. However, whenever I see the Hierophant, I know it's supposed to be associated with Taurus. Well, we have Uranus in Taurus too, but I just look at this as I just feel like this is a very strong unveiling energy here. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So there is a lot of turning away from old and, embracing a new way. Embracing, what did it say? New approaches to see which works for you. So do the right thing for the right reason. So interesting. We've been having all of these switch ups. We've been having all of these. Okay, let's get going. Always interesting, right? So I put out the cards. If there's something, if you read them differently, let me know your interpretation. I'd love to hear it. All right, now remember this part. Remember to go down here to the like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell for notifications. Yes, everyone says it because it's very important, okay? That's how they all do the algorithm stuff. I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube. People need to, kind of elevate that up. So I thank you for doing that. As always, and this goes back to, our new moon in Libra. Libra's about to do some cleanup here. Know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.